You read the title right. We are making ChatGPT 5.2 go head-to-head against Google Gemini 3 to make Elden Ring from scratch. And yes, the Elden Ring. And in only 3 prompts per AI. There is no time constraints, by the way, but just so you know, programming both games took the 2 AIs just under an hour, which is, it's mind-boggling. Alright, Gemini, let's start with you. Let's make an Elden Ring game clone. It must have all the important main game functions. It must have a game menu. It must be in 3D, obviously. It will have 3 bosses, so like 2 normal bosses and 1 final boss. That allows you to beat the game. Feel free to use inspiration and ideas from the internet, but yeah, all the code and programming has to be ours from scratch, because that's the whole point of the video. Let's see how that works out. Well, there it goes. Honestly, I have my money on Gemini because I have the pro version, and I don't have the pro version of ChatGPT. I think it's not worth it, to be honest. But this looks good. This is what we want. Basically, the HTML file is going to allow us to play the game immediately in our browser. So that's the code. Well, it's taken a while, honestly. That's a decent amount of code. Yeah. And I see some good factors, some good aspects in there. Like, we see functions. I don't understand everything, by the way. I barely understand anything, but, I see stamina bars, HP bars, camera position, and that's the code. And it even tells us how to play it. So, that's good. Yeah. We'll just have to take the code, we'll copy it and paste it into a notepad. We'll save it as an HTML file, obviously, so we can play it as I said. And we'll call it, what do we call it? We'll call it Elden Ring clone to not get copyrighted .html. There we go. And we should be able to open it. Okay, wow. It's nothing yet, but it looks great. The UI, it looks decent. Okay, that's not too shabby. Okay, damage. We can see when we're dealing damage. And we took damage as well, obviously. The Fallen Knight, I just noticed that. So the first boss is the Fallen Knight, although it does not look like a Fallen Knight. Looks like a fallen refrigerator. Our character is a pill-shaped character, which is alright for the first. This is actually difficult though. Let me focus. So you can lunge or roll or okay, yeah. Well, I guess it's a good thing that I find it tough and died quickly, because if I hadn't, it would not be an Elden Ring game at all. But it still needs a whole lot of improvements, so let's do just that in our second prompt. This is absolutely fantastic, because it is, honestly. Here are things to fix. So first, I do not want to see my cursor. Yeah, it was really annoying while playing it. It distracts me. Secondly, I must be able to use my mouse to look around. Yeah, that's important. I can only look straight for now. And third, the characters must look like what they are, basically. They must look like, the main characters must be humanoids. And the bosses must look like what they are, right? Like something like what they are. Knight, monster, whatever. Yeah, he can choose what the final boss is and all that. And fourth, make the environment a bit more cinematic. Yeah, well, Elden Ring is known to be one of the most cinematic, most pretty games out there. Yeah, that should be good. And I'll start skipping the loading phase, the coding phase from Gemini, because you know how it works by now. But hey, we got updated code and updated instructions with clearly new functions and, yeah, that's pretty good. We only need to copy it, and this time what's different is we don't make a new file. We'll just update our already existing game file through the Visual Studio Code. we'll just select everything we have here. And as you can see, the code is pretty long. So I pasted everything. We save the file and we exit. Okay, wow. Enter the lands between. It's definitely getting serious now. Okay, looks way better. We have an actual humanoid, character with a sword. Although the sword is not at the right position. Oh, yeah. When I press W, I go backwards, and when I press S, I go forwards. So it's basically, everything's reversed. I'll still try to deal some damage. Yeah, you can definitely deal damage. You can take damage. And on the top left is the red health bar and green stamina bar, which is a bit confusing because I would think the health bar would be green and the stamina bar would be red. And, Gemini chose to change our first boss. It's a burial watchdog now, and it actually looks like a watchdog, which is, great improvement. It may not look like it, but it's actually very difficult to deal with. And now the third and final prompt. It looks amazing. This is the final prompt. I think if I mention it here, it's going to make it work harder. That's my theory. We'll see if, it's true or not. So be sure to have a totally amazing final product. And please fix the fact that when I press W, it goes backwards, and when I press S, it goes forwards. Yeah, as I said, everything is in reverse. Like, everything works, it's just in reverse. Add more lighting, I guess, ambient cinematic lighting. Yeah, I feel like it looks too much like a horror game for now, and it's not supposed to. And finally, after killing each boss, I must have some time to do side quests or exploration, just like in the original game. I don't want to, it's not supposed to be like Mortal Kombat where you just go back and forth. Otherwise, it is too rushed. Yeah, I think that this will get us a better result than usual. And yeah, it should be a great improvement. But we can clearly see that there's new characters and new quests. There's the quest for light, which is probably a side quest, right? I mean, you will see tall blue beams of light in the distance, run to them, and kindle the altar. Okay, so I have to actually do side quests in order to meet the final boss. The final boss is the Star Scourge. Okay, I don't know what made it pick that name, but it doesn't sound like something that's easy to beat. I mean, I struggled with the first bosses, so this is probably not going to be something I'll beat today anyways. And it even added a cape to my character. Okay, that's pretty cool. So we have a cape, new bosses, a side quest, yeah, and a final boss. Yeah, let's see how that works. Alright, there it goes. Elden Clone. Okay, we're definitely not getting copyrighted. Rise Tarnished. Wow, we might actually have a sequel to the game. Okay, it looks pretty good. The first boss is the Grave Warden. It's coming at us already. Okay, yeah, we deal damage. We also... Oh my god. The movement is so fast, and it's almost like you cannot dodge the boss. And this is only the first boss. Oh my god. Yeah, that's embarrassing. What have I created? Well, I mean, as you can see, it's definitely difficult. It's Elden Ring worthy, that's for sure. Now for a second try, I'm just gonna stay back, wait for it to come through. I'll strike and immediately lunge. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay, now it works. Strike and lunge, that's the method. Yeah, so we have a functioning sword, we have a cape, we have proper... Yeah, this is really difficult. Oh my god. I'm just not getting any hits in. I think I'm just too scared. What if I just keep hitting and lunging at the same time? That way I get the hit in and I dodge whatever hit they're bringing through, whether, white mace or whatever they're holding. I'll just keep trying the method again. Strike. And we have the striking animation, which is pretty cool. There we go. So now for the first side quest, seek the altars. Light the flames to summon the next foe. Press E to kindle flame. Okay, that's pretty cool. So we have to light the flames. Yeah, they change colors from blue to orange or yellow. The seal is broken. Oh my god. Star Scourge Knight. I think the final boss was called Star Scourge, so this is basically... They all work for the final boss, which makes sense. This one looks more red. Am I tripping or is it... It's the same shape, different color. And it definitely has more health, because each hit gives me way less damage than it used to for the first boss. And it probably does more damage. Yeah, there it goes. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be able to beat it for now, so, as I said, we'll keep that for the end. Honestly, I'm giving this game a 5 out of 5, and I genuinely do not know how ChatGPT is going to beat this, so we'll see. By the way, I'm facing the final boss in the end, just for fun, so stay tuned. And now for ChatGPT's turn. I'm just going to paste the first prompt we used on Gemini to make it totally fair. Okay, wow, it answered really quick, and it totally failed us. I mean, as you can see, it is using Unity, which is a game engine, and this goes totally against our rules, so I most definitely will make it restart. I actually won't count this as a prompt because it's just ChatGPT being stupid. Yeah, let me just make another prompt really quick. Actually, we are not using Unity. I want it playable right away through an HTML file. Here is the initial prompt to refresh your memory. Okay, that should do it. It still answered so quickly. I can't help but have a really bad feeling about this. Just imagine you're a teacher at school, you give the students a 5-hour essay and one kid submits his work after 15 minutes. That's basically what ChatGPT is doing. Anyways, you know the drill. No need to show you all my professional computer science skills, so I'll make an HTML file and let's play it immediately. Well, that's a boring landing page. Hopefully the game is a bit more exciting. What? Did it just build a hot dog simulator with inverted colors? Why are there 2 loaves of bread coming at me at the same time? Mind you, I can't even move or attack at all. At least we have a health and stamina bar, that's something. I mean, yeah, I'm just taking damage and I can't even do anything about it. This might actually be impossible to fix in just 2 prompts. But I'll still give it a try. I mean, we've got nothing to lose, right? Alright, with all due respect, dear chat, this is not how this works. Here are all the things you need to fix that I can think of. Yeah, and I say this because I know I'm not going to be able to mention every single thing that needs to be fixed. The most important being, I cannot move, obviously. Secondly, why are there 2 enemies coming at me? Which just doesn't make sense. I mean, Elden Ring is 1 boss at a time, and between each boss is a little side quest, or exploration, or adventure, I guess. And third, make the characters more humanoid, and the bosses more realistic. Yeah, because each boss is unique, and has characteristics that illustrate its nature. Yeah, that makes sense. Hopefully that should make a better product. Alright, it's cooking now. And you see, this is the problem. It answers way too fast for something that should take at least 5 to 10 minutes to code. I mean, even for AI. So I'll just, replace it in my file, update it, and save it. I mean, you can look at, it's so small. The file is so small. There's only, a couple lines of code here. Let's just open it and see how it goes. First impression, it's way too dark. I mean, I can only see myself barely. At least it's humanoid, and I can move. I mean, we can see the arms and the legs. The movement is good, although I see my cursor, which is annoying. And I guess that's the boss, the first boss, which is like some type of rectangular boss, I guess. It's moving, it's following me, so that's good, I guess. And I'm taking damage, but I cannot deal any damage. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just taking damage without dealing anything. It's better, but there's still so much wrong with it. Let me just make another prompt, trying to stay composed here. Look, I am no coder, which is true by the way, or programmer, but I think the code is too short, man. I mean, it's too short. I mean, there's no way you could code any type of game in that amount of code, let alone an Elden Ring game, so, gotta fix that. I'll also name some issues that it needs to fix. And yeah, this is the 3rd prompt, so it's definitely the last one. I'm not gonna do anything after that, even if it's a terrible product in the end. I just hope he acts accordingly. I mean, I'm losing hope with ChatGPT now. So first of all, I am not able to attack, which is embarrassing. I mean, it's the only thing that I want to be able to do in an Elden Ring game. Secondly, it's too dark. Please fix that and make it more cinematic with ambient lighting and fun things to look at. I mean, yeah, Elden Ring is known for its beauty, so it's something we must not neglect. And also, I do not want to see my mouse cursor, and I must be able to look around with my mouse. I cannot look around right now. Finally, fix any issues and things that do not make sense. This is the last chance. And yes, it is the last prompt. I just hope he makes something work. And once again, he answers way too fast. I don't know, is he in a rush? Just doesn't make sense. And it says the code is long, by the way, so we'll see if it's actually long or not. Yeah, that is not long. That is maybe even shorter than before. I don't know how we managed to do that. We'll just copy it and update the file. I mean, at this point, I just lost hope. There's no way it's gonna fix it in this amount of code. Let me just select everything and paste it. We'll save the file and run it. If it's better than before, I'm gonna be happy. That's all I'm asking, just be better than the last time. Okay, the lighting is better. The boss is coming through. Yeah, I don't see my cursor. The mouse works fine. The movement is fine. And I cannot deal damage. Beautiful. Yep, I guess I'm just gonna run away from it now. It just doesn't make sense though. How can you make an Elden Ring game without being able to attack the boss? I can't attack. I can't deal any damage. There's no animation or anything. You died. Yeah, well, thank you for letting me know. Respawning doesn't even work. You just click on it and nothing happens. Now I'll just include a comparison, like a split screen, to show you how both games work and function. It's pretty obvious which one is better. I mean, the functions in the Gemini game are absolutely phenomenal. The movement is perfect. The attacks are perfect. The animations work well. And you have side quests, obviously. Seek the altars. I mean, that's something ChatGPT couldn't even imagine, I guess. This was when I tried to actually beat the game. So I'm going for the second altars to get the second boss to spawn. There it is, the Star Scourge Knight. This one is considerably harder than the first one, the first boss. But you know, as we said, we have the method now. We just, we strike and lunge at the same time. That way we get the hit in and we dodge the boss's attack. We'll just keep doing that. And there we go, that's the second boss done. We have to seek the altars again, but they're different ones. So you have to go for the unlighted ones, which are blue. So now the seal is broken and the final boss has spawned. It is the Elden Deity. I think it's supposed to be floating in the air, but it's now kind of in the ground halfway. Looks like a sun or something, and it deals a lot of damage. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna... Yeah, I mean, that was expected, to be honest, and I don't think I'm gonna try to beat it again. It's gonna take me way too long. Anyways, I mean, obviously Gemini is the winner. I'm sorry, Sam Altman.